From the story of a powerful fire serpent to the use of silent blowguns in battle, we embark on a journey into the Aztec world. Let's witness the critical roles of the fire serpent and rainstones in Aztec culture, along with their use of unique weapons in combat. These tales and artifacts reveal the deep fusion of Aztec beliefs with their combat strategies and daily lives, showcasing their profound connection to both the spiritual and the earthly. Xiuhcoatl. The Xiuhcoatl, which translates to turquoise serpent or fire serpent, holds a special place in the stories of the Aztec people, representing the powerful weapon of Huitzilopochtli, their sun god. More than just a snake, the Xiuhcoatl symbolizes the force of fire and the harshness of drought, mixing the power of nature with that of the gods. When people depict the Xiuhcoatl, they often show it as a snake-like figure, sometimes even as a green stone artifact with two heads, underlining its importance and how often it appears in Aztec cultural items. The story of Huitzilopochtli being born is full of drama, with gods fighting and miraculous events. His mother, Coatlicue, got pregnant in a miraculous way, which made her other children, including Coyolxauhqui, the moon goddess, very jealous. This divine family drama ended when Huitzilopochtli was born fully armed and ready to fight. He won against Coyolxauhqui and her followers in a powerful display, showing the sun's victory over the moon and stars. This story is important because it shows Huitzilopochtli as a guardian and a fighter god who makes sure the sun moves across the sky every day, bringing together themes of winning, power, and the order of the heavens. Tlaloc's rainstones. Tlaloc was a very important god to the Aztec people, representing the essential elements of rain, thunder, and earthquakes. He was not just a figure from myths, but a key part of the Aztecs' daily life and spiritual beliefs. Tlaloc's influence was huge, providing much-needed rain for crops, but also capable of causing storms and droughts that could ruin those same crops. Pictures and stories of Tlaloc show him with large, round eyes and sharp teeth. This look was designed to make people both respect and fear him. The images show Tlaloc's power over life and death. He is often shown with symbols of his power, such as lightning, corn, and water, which can give life or cause floods. There are many statues and carvings of Tlaloc, which shows that he was both worshipped and feared a lot. An interesting part of worshipping Tlaloc involved the Tlalocs, his lesser gods, who looked after the four directions and helped send rain from the sky. They were responsible for different kinds of rain, which could either help grow food or destroy it. The rituals for Tlaloc and the Tlalocs were complex, showing how deeply the Aztecs felt connected to nature and depended on its cycles for their survival. Chalchiutlicue's robe. Imagine a beautiful robe that belongs to Chalchiutlicue, the goddess who controls all water. This robe is not ordinary. It has magical powers over water. With this robe, she can calm the waters or make them stormy. It's as if she rules over all water, with the robe acting as her crown. This garment is a powerful symbol of her abilities to both nurture and threaten. It makes people respect and admire her, reminding them of the delicate balance between caring for life and the potential for destruction. Seeing this robe is an awe-inspiring experience, showing the full extent of Chalchiutlicue's powers and her vital role in the natural world. Mirror of Tezcatlipoca. This mirror is not just for looking at your reflection. It's a magical item that shows the truth in the future, used by the god Tezcatlipoca. He can see everything in it, revealing truths and foreseeing what's to come. Owning such a mirror means having great power. It's not just about knowing things, it's about being able to change them. This mirror shows Tezcatlipoca's strength and wisdom, his control over night, fate, and the earth. With this mirror, he embodies what it means to be divine, able to see beyond the normal world and influence life's fabric. It's a powerful symbol of the god's control over people, showing how mysterious and complex fate can be. The Aztec calendar stone, also known as the Sunstone, stands as a giant piece of art that shows how deeply the Aztecs felt connected to their gods and the stars. It wasn't just a simple calendar, but a complex symbol that showed the Aztecs' beliefs about the world, how they saw time, and their role in the universe. Made from a type of greenish stone taken from the Zitl volcano, this huge stone piece was probably moved by thousands of people to Mexico Tenochtitlan. This effort highlights how crucial this item was for the Aztec culture. Following the Spanish conquest, the stone was initially placed by the Templo Mayor, but was later hidden underground to forget the ancient ceremonies that were performed on it. It was only during a city upgrade in 1790 that people found the stone again. which led to its display and the recognition of its artistic and cultural value. Despite its name, the sunstone is not a calendar in the usual way but a detailed solar disk. It stands for leadership and sacred power in Aztec and other Mesoamerican cultures. The middle of the stone probably shows the sun god Tanacha, with his tongue looking like a knife used in sacrifices. This detail highlights the importance of sacrifice and the idea of starting anew. The areas around the center tell the story of the 4 past worlds or times, as per Aztec stories, each ending badly but then starting over, with our time being the 5th. Tepoztopilli. The Tepoztopilli showcases the creativity and combat skills of the ancient Aztecs as a fearsome weapon. Made from wood and obsidian, this spear-like weapon could do both stabbing and slicing, letting warriors defeat their enemies from a safe distance. The design of the Tepoztopilli included a long stick, as tall as a person, with a wooden wedge-shaped top covered in sharp obsidian blades. These blades were tightly fitted into the wood and held in place with a natural glue, making the Tepoztopilli a formidable weapon in battle. Its length gave soldiers the advantage of reaching enemies from afar, pushing or stabbing them effectively. In battles, the Tepoztopilli was greatly feared. A conquistador named Bernal Diaz del Castillo once wrote how this weapon almost killed him by piercing through his armor, and he was only saved by the thick cotton padding he wore underneath. The Aztecs' smart choice of obsidian for the blades, known for its extreme sharpness, made their weapons very effective against the invaders. Obsidian, a kind of volcanic glass, could be sharpened to a fine edge, perfect for making the deadly blades of the Tepoztopilli. Cuajololi. The Cuajololi was a powerful weapon that could cause serious damage, used not just by the Aztecs, but also by the Huastecs and Tarascans. This club-like weapon had a stick about 20 to 28 inches long, ending in a heavy ball made of wood, stone, or copper. It was designed to break bones, a task it performed very well since the shields of that time couldn't stop its force completely. This weapon was especially useful in close fights, right after the first throw of projectiles. Warriors usually held it with the same hand as their shield, switching to it for the fight that followed. Historical drawings like those in the Lienzo de Tlaxcala, Codex Duran, and the Florentine Codex show warriors using the Cuajololi, always with a shield. Yet no actual examples of this weapon have been found in archaeological digs. Small versions made of obsidian and basalt, possibly for ceremonies, have been found in important Aztec locations, showing its significance beyond just being a tool for war. The Cuajololi's handle was made from locally sourced wood that was hardened by fire, and it was long enough to be handled comfortably. The head of the club, whether made of wood, stone, or copper, was heavy and big enough to cause serious damage, capable of knocking down or even killing an opponent with its force. Itztopilli. The Itztopilli was an incredible weapon from the Aztec people that was both deadly and very important to their culture. It was made with a lot of creativity and traditional skills, making it a weapon that enemies were afraid of and respected by those who used it. This weapon looked a bit like the tomahawks we know today and was very useful for different situations. Its head could be made of copper or stone, with one side sharpened for cutting enemies and the other side dull to hit them hard. This made the Itztopilli good against many types of armor and showed how well the Aztecs understood war. The heart of the weapon used obsidian or a mix of copper and stone, taking advantage of obsidian's ability to be incredibly sharp. Obsidian is a kind of volcanic glass that can be sharper than the metal blades that were used back then. The Aztecs used this to make a weapon that could easily cut through skin and bones, making their fighters even more powerful. But the Itztopilli was more than just a weapon for fighting. It had a lot of meaning in their culture. It showed how the Aztecs saw the world, with a mix of life and death, and the warrior's job was to deal with both. People who had the Itztopilli were seen as heroes, living on the edge of life and the divine, showing the circle of life that was very important in the cultures of Mesoamerica. Tecaptl. Tecaptl was a very meaningful symbol for the Aztec people, not just a weapon. It was made of flint or obsidian and was crucial for their religious ceremonies, like human sacrifices to please their gods. The act of removing a heart with a Tecaptl was believed to keep the universe working and humans alive. This shows how the Aztecs linked war, religion, and nature together. Tecaptl was also part of the Aztec calendar, representing both destruction and rebirth, and was connected to the god Tezcatlipoca. It was a tool for ending lives, but also a way to show the cycle of life and death, showing how strongly the Aztecs believed in sacrifice to keep the universe balanced. In battles, Tecaptl showed courage and skill, used by the best fighters to prove themselves in close fights. Its presence in the Aztec Sunstone also shows its importance, mixing war, sacrifice, and the stars in their view of the world. Blowguns, Tlacalhuazcuahuitl. Blowguns, or Tlacalhuazcuahuitl, were originally used for hunting, but also became a part of the Aztecs' war strategies, especially for surprise attacks. These weapons were made from hollow reeds and were quiet but lethal, firing darts poisoned with toxins from tree frogs. This clever use of natural poisons shows the Aztecs' great knowledge of their surroundings and how they could use it in war. Using blowguns in battle showed the Aztecs' ability to fight in different ways, using stealth and accuracy to take out important enemies from afar. This strategy, based on surprise and hiding, added to the more direct and fierce ways of fighting with other Aztec weapons. It highlights the flexibility and cleverness of Aztec fighters, who used every resource they had to get an edge over their opponents. If you enjoy tales of gods, heroes, and old-timey weapons, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome tales. Let us know in the comments, what ancient weapon or magic item do you find the most fascinating and why?